Lokken, and welcome to the Lokken vlog, episode 2. I wanted to do a quick video tonight. I don't know how long this is going to end up being. I wanted to bitch about something, and then talk about something awesome, and compare the two. Basically what I'm getting at, as those of you with a calendar may know, this weekend was Valentine's Day. Bullshit holiday, but being that I'm a married man, it's one I celebrate with my lovely wife. And this year we had a pretty interesting Valentine's Day. It was kind of weird and stretched out a little bit. We went to a horror movie convention in Atlanta the weekend before Valentine's Day, because that's when the con was scheduled. I tried calling them to get them to reschedule it for Valentine's weekend, and they just weren't having it. Guess I don't have that kind of pull yet. But we went to that. We went to Atlanta. We actually spent the weekend down there. Went to the World of Coke. My wife's a Coke fan, so she really wanted to go to the World of Coke, check that out. Ended up walking there from the hotel, which posed more problems than I expected. Being that I work in a call center environment, I sit down all day, and doing that for 3 years has left me a bit out of shape. Yeah. So, the World of Coke's really not that far. It's like a mile away from the hotel. So like 15 to 20 minute walk, really. But it's not just like a walk straight to the place from the hotel. No, this is a walk where you go up fucking hills and shit, and there were holes in the ground that just fucking went to nowhere as far as I can tell, with flimsy little metal grates over top of them. And when you're someone as big as me, a flimsy little metal grate over a bottomless fucking pit to nowhere is a little unnerving. I don't do well with heights, despite being fucking 6'7" and really tall. I'm about as high as I want to be. Anything more than this, and I start to get nervous. Which there was actually a story I told in one of the episodes of the podcast about when me and my wife went to Disney, where I proposed to her. But she made me go on the Tower of Terror, and fuck that noise. If you want to hear that story, go check out the film feed. I don't remember what episode it was. Figure it out. Anyway, so those holes to nothingness were kind of weird. But we walked there, and we walked around the World of Coke, and that was a really cool experience. There's a bunch of pictures up on my Instagram if you guys want to check that out. I think my Instagram name is Cody Mjolnir Lokken. I don't really know what my username for it is. But it's there if you search for it. I took a bunch of pictures while we were there. We tasted Beverly. For those of you who know what Beverly is, you understand. And for those that don't know what Beverly is, it's a wonderful thing. The best tasting thing you could ever have, and you should totally go somewhere like Disney's fucking Club Cool or the World of Coke or some other Italian place maybe that has Beverly, and you should just get a big cup of it and just guzzle the whole thing. And then come back and tell me how much you loved it. Again, for those that know Beverly, understand. So that was fun, and we ended up walking back to the hotel. I thought about calling an Uber, but I said, fuck it, I've already walked this far. I ended up pulling a muscle in my calf that hurt like hell for like 4 days. Eventually worked itself out, but like Monday when we got home, I stood up to get ready to go to work and just fell the fuck over because my leg just couldn't support my weight yet. I ended up sitting on the floor like massaging my calf for like an hour to try to get it to let me stand on it. Ended up going to work late that day, but whatever. It was a Monday. And so So that was like part one of our Valentine's Day experience. I took her down there. I took her to Lush. She's really into the bath stuff, so we went over to one of the big ass malls and ran into Lush real quick. Got her some stuff there. She really enjoyed the con. I bought her like a Vincent Price T-shirt. It was a fun time. We came home. We didn't die in Atlanta traffic, which fuck Atlanta traffic, by the way. That's ridiculous. I am so glad that my city here is nothing like Atlanta. And I hope it stays that way because my nerves were shot driving on fucking 5-lane bullshit roads. I guess technically 10 lanes because I think people count them going both ways. I don't know. Too many lanes. Too many lanes. So that was part one. Part two, and I was actually super excited that she wanted to do this. But she actually took me out to dinner and to see the Deadpool movie. I got my wife, not a superhero fan at all, to take me to see Deadpool. Not only that, we saw it in the RPX theater, which is like $5 extra a ticket. Which movie tickets are already expensive as fuck anyway, but she agreed to it. For anybody that doesn't know RPX, it basically projects in Blu-ray quality, and the sound's even better too than a regular theater. The fucking seats sucked. Put my ass to sleep like instantaneously. But we got to go to Deadpool, and we were going to try after we left Deadpool to go see the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 at the local discount theater at 7. The Deadpool movie was supposed to get out around 6. Should have been plenty of time for us to drive over, but the trailers and stuff before the movie ran longer than expected, and traffic was just fucking hellish for whatever reason trying to leave the theater. And by the time we got to the Bruin View, the fucking tickets were sold out for the movie. So we ended up just eating and then coming back home and fiddling with stuff at the house and having a nice night in. Then today we kind of resumed and had Valentine's Day Part 3, where we went back to the cheap theater. We actually bought our tickets yesterday before we left so that we could make sure we could get in. Then we got there early and ate and everything before the movie, and we watched the Mockingjay Part 2. Now, I'm going to talk about this before Deadpool because this is the part I want to bitch about. So, anybody who's familiar with the Hunger Games series, if you've read it all and seen it all, this isn't going to be any big deal for anybody that hasn't seen the movie or read the book. Spoilers, I'm about to talk about the whole movie, or at least the ending, and I'm going to spoil the fuck out of it. And honestly, I don't care if that makes anybody mad. If I spoil this ending for you and you haven't seen it yet, you may thank me. Because this ending was bullshit. So, I may not seem like the type to be into the Hunger Games at all, and really I'm not. I didn't have any interest in reading the book. Part of the movies were filmed in my area, and so everybody around here was in a fucking tizzy about the Hunger Games, and ooh, Hunger Games this and Hunger Games that. It was all over the place for a while, and frankly I got kind of sick of it. But my wife was kind of into it. She was interested by it. She watched the first movie and read the book, and while she was watching the movie, I caught like bits and pieces of it. I think I was playing a game on the computer or something, and it looked like a decent movie. It's got Jennifer Lawrence in it, and she's a hottie, so that was worth watching just for that. And part of the story was kind of compelling. The concept of this dystopian government forcing children to fight to the death to determine which part of this city gets food for the year or whatever. It's actually pretty interesting to me. I love dystopian stories. I don't know what it is about them, but something about them just makes me happy. It tickles my bones just the right way. I guess maybe it makes me feel like my life's not so shitty because it's not that. I don't know, but I love dystopian films. So that kind of called out to me. And so I watched the second movie with her, and I kind of got into it. The bullshit love story between fucking Katniss and Peeta, Pata, fucking Chip Boy, and Glare, whatever the fuck the other one, the macho guy. That love story just it irritates the fuck out of me. It doesn't make any sense, and it only gets worse as the movies go on. That's supposed to be like the driving factor, and I think that's what gives it like the chick flick appeal, but does nothing for me. I thought it was just bad, not interesting at all. But the movies do start to get really actiony in a lot of places. And the whole concept of these rebels overthrowing this corrupt government and using the Hunger Games against them and all that stuff, that got really interesting. So it did suck me into it. So fast forward to Mockingjay Part 2. Picks up right where the first part left off. She's all bruised up where PETA tried to fucking choke her. And it just gets going really good. I like through most of the movie, I'm sitting there thinking this is going to be the best movie of the series. This is getting really good. The action sequences are good. The movie was really pretty. There were several moments of like suspense where I was like hanging on the edge of my seat, getting really into it, and then fucking just shit went left hard out of fucking nowhere. And it just took a really bizarre turn that it didn't need to take. So there's a scene, and again, spoilers, there's a scene near the end where Katniss is trying to storm into the Capitol building to assassinate Snow. Cool. Snow needs to die. He's a dickhead. I totally want Katniss to kill him. This is going to be cool. So she's going in, they're trying to sneak in, and they've evacuated the city, and all the fucking people are trying to get into his house because he's like invited everybody there. And of course, the peacekeepers are scanning through people trying to make sure that Katniss and her crew aren't mixed in with them, which of course they are. It seems like it's about to get clusterfucked, and it only clusterfucks more. The rebels show up and start attacking. Fucking just shit starts getting really real, and Katniss runs after Gale gets captured. She's like, fuck it, I've got to get in there. I've got to complete this mission. I've got to kill Snow. That's the important part of this story. So she's rushing the gate, and she gets there, and there's a barricade, and the peacekeepers are taking the children from the citizens. They're like, we're going to take the children in first, then everybody else can come in, and everything just feels really weird about this. The scene is set up perfectly, like you can tell something really bad is about to happen. And it does. A lot of fucking kids die. The kids are all there, and this plane flies overhead and drops the little like care packages like in the Hunger Games, and everybody's reaching for them like there's going to be something to save them in it, or there's food or whatever. And then just as the little canisters reach their hands, they fucking explode and just murder hundreds of kids. And they wound people. Katniss gets blown off of a fucking vehicle. She's all disoriented. In comes the rebel medics. And fucking Prim, her little sister's there. And she sees Prim, and she's like, Prim, what are you doing? No, what the fuck are you doing here? And then another explosion goes off. Fucking Katniss goes flying back. She's on fire. She's literally a girl on fire at this point. Fucking kills her sister. And the movie just fucking goes apeshit from this point. And not in the way that it should. So rather than having this epic fucking battle scene where the rebels charge in, they capture Snow, they fucking beat the shit out of him, or they shoot his dick off, or anything acceptable, she wakes up in a hospital bed. Katniss is just in a hospital bed. Her mom's tending her wounds. Fucking Tallahassee is there. I can't remember his name in this movie. It's hard to pronounce. Starts with an H, ends with an itch. Fucking Tallahassee. Zombieland. He's there talking to her, and he's just like, yep, war's over. Good job, kid. You did a thing. I mean, you were laying on the ground, but war's over, we got Snow. The fucking, like, whatever, I don't even know what her role is. The girl, the woman that, like, sponsors her or whatever with, like, the fancy hair and shit, like, comes and gets her and takes her back to the fucking like presidential house, and Katniss is like walking around all kind of dazed and confused, kind of exactly how I'm feeling. Just fucking what is like I looked at my wife and I was like, did I have a fucking stroke when the bomb went off? Or did this movie just go to fucking not making any sense? And apparently this is just what happened. I didn't stroke out there at all. The movie just got that fucking stupid all of a sudden. So she walks through, goes to this garden, and the guards are like, no, you can't go in here. The fucking girl pops out and is like, no, she's entitled to anything she wants in there. They let her in, and it's this beautiful little garden. There's pretty white roses growing everywhere, and she like plucks one, she's looking at it, and then in walks Snow, and you're like, what the fuck? And Katniss just stares at him, and he has a little monologue, and the whole time I'm like, jump on him and beat his fucking skull in. And they just have like this back and forth, and he's just like, nah, fucking Coin came up with this, man. I mean, I'm not above killing children. I'll kill children all day. I'm a fucking dick. I'll just fucking do it. But I didn't do this one because this was wasteful. I mean, those were rich people kids. Why would I waste those? I need those. No, this was fucking Coin. And she's like, I don't believe you, but still doesn't cave his fucking skull in with the back of his own shoe. And so she leaves, and then she's sitting in the house or whatever, and Gale comes in, and she's like, was this your idea to blow up the kids? Is it true? Did the rebels do this? And he's like, I don't know. And she's like, well, you can't give me a straight answer, so fuck you's why. Get out of my movie. And he leaves, and that's the end of that. They should have been together, not fucking her and Peter. But they get together, and everything from here doesn't make any sense. Now, there was one really cool part. Fucking Coin calls her in there, and she's got all the other victors, sort of. Fucking cool engineering guy in his wheelchair, crazy wood chick that's her hair's grown back. Finnick's wife, because Finnick fucking died! Just bullshit! Fucking died in the fucking tunnels with the blind tooth fucking monsters from Resident Evil or some shit. Don't know why he had to die. That was fucking garbage. Garbage! But, so his wife's there, and, fucking Tallahassee's there, and Katniss in there, and Peeta's there, and they're all sitting around the round table, and Coin's like, hey, I called you guys all here because political bullshit. I'm making myself president in the interim. And Tallahassee's like, the fuck you are? How long's this interim? And she's like, well, we can't know that. We'll hold a vote when we feel it's right. Further showing what I've kind of suspected for the last couple movies is that she's not really the good guy. I didn't really like the way that she was fighting the war with propaganda, which granted was very effective, but everything that she was doing was just kind of, I don't know, it gave me a bad feeling about her. Turned out I was right. So she's like, well, we're going to execute Snow, and we're going to execute his, 100 cabinet members or whatever, but we've got a rebel army out there, and they're going to be lusting for blood, and we need to, quell this. So I think what we should do is have a symbolic Hunger Games. But I'm going to let you guys vote on it, because I'm fucking crazy. Nobody can abstain, fucking 4 votes has to pass, blah, 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 blah. And they go around the table, and it comes down to Katniss and Tallahassee, and she's like, all right, guys, what do you want to do? Katniss just stares her right in the face, and she goes, I get to kill Snow. And Coin's like, I wouldn't have it any other way. And Katniss is like, all right, then we can do this bullshit Hunger Games. And Tallahassee just kind of stares at her, and he gives her that look like, you better know what the fuck you're doing, because I'm about to agree with you, and this seems like bullshit. And it was bullshit. They should not be having another Hunger Games. That was just the biggest dick move that Coin could pull off. And that's what I like about this scene, is they portray her to be just as bad as Snow, despite her leading the rebellion behind Katniss's face and all that shit. So they have their execution moment. Katniss gets all dolled up in her I'm a fucking kill a president suit. and she marches out there, and like the whole fucking army like closes in behind her. Snow's tied to a pillar, coins up on her fucking pedestal, pretending she's better than everyone, and she gives a little speech and tells Katniss to take her shot. Katniss holds her bow in a way that should cut off her fucking nose when she fires it, lines up the shot on Snow, and then at the last second shoots Coin instead, right through the fucking heart. And Snow just starts laughing maniacally, coughing up blood, and it was beautiful. That one scene, despite all of the nonsense going on, was beautiful. The fucking crowd bum rushes him and presumably just tears his fucking organs out. And I'm really sad we didn't get to see that, because that would have been just poetic. But Katniss gets dragged off and she gets fucking sent away, and we get fucking the sappiest bullshit ending this movie could have had. She was gonna kill herself after shooting Coin and just like fucking peace, martyr out, bitches. And Peeta stops her and she gets dragged away, and fucking Tallahassee comes to her and reads her a letter saying, from Tuplar, I guess is his name, basically saying, hey, we kind of knew you were going to do that. We kind of needed you to do that. You're in trouble, but not really. We've arranged to have you just taken out. We're going to give it a couple weeks for the anger to die down, and then new president lady's going to give you a pardon. Just fucking bounce out, go live your life, and have fun. Peace. And so she does, and she goes back home, and then fucking Peeta follows her, and she yells at her sister's cat and has an emotional breakdown, and then she bones Peeta, and they have a kid. And then they have a Chinese kid. The fucking baby that she's holding in this bullshit jump ahead scene, which served no purpose, is just a fat little Chinese kid. I don't know who they thought they were fooling, but that was not her child. That was not his child. That was just a fat little cute Asian kid that was not hers. And I don't even understand the point of that scene, other than to make the fucking joke that there's more dangerous games to play. Haha, the Hunger Games were pretty dangerous. I killed fucking everybody I loved. Indirectly. Bullshit ending. Bullshit. No reason for that to have been in there. Fucking, like, the writers of Weeds wrote the end of this fucking movie. I was so glad that I didn't pay full price for this fucking movie and we saw it at the discount theater, because if I had paid full ticket price, I'd have been pissed. That was such a cop-out ending for her to end up with Peeta, for fucking Finnick to die, for her to leave Gale. But the biggest bullshit of all was that her sister died. The whole reason she fucking got into the Hunger Games in the first place was to keep her sister alive. She fucking volunteered as tribute instead of her sister so that her sister would live, and now her sister's fucking dead because of the rebellion, making this entire fucking story from Katniss's point of view nearly pointless. I mean, yeah, they freed the fucking people, and the city's united under a democratic leader, and the Hunger Games are done, and that's cool and hunky-dory, but from a perspective solely of Katniss's character, fucking pointless. Her sister's dead. Her fucking mom didn't even come home with her because she's fucking depressed that she lost her daughter who decided to be a nurse, and now she's teaching other people's kids to be nurses so they can fucking die in combat. And it's just a bullshit ending. Fucking 1 out of 10. Would not watch again. Now, that's it. Deadpool movie. Fucking awesome. If you haven't seen it by now, reevaluate your life choices. This movie, a lot of people are calling it like the first rated R comic book movie. I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure both Spawn and Blade were R rated. Don't quote me on that. I didn't fact check that before I said it. Point being, this was the first really good R rated comic book movie. Just fucking non-stop gold, start to finish. I was actually kind of worried about the movie going in because even though I don't know a lot about Deadpool, I know like the quintessential things about it. I really love it when he crosses into other characters' storylines in comics that I'm reading. He's got to be able to break the fourth wall effectively, just fucking nonstop goofiness while still being badass. And they pulled it off flawlessly. I commend Ryan Reynolds for his performance as Deadpool. I'm really excited about the movie. Fucking, my wife doesn't even like superhero movies, and she told me afterwards that she hopes there's like fucking 6 Deadpool movies because she wants more. Not enough for her to read the comics, but she wants like more movies, and that's exciting to me when something as fucking ridiculous as Deadpool can take someone that's not even interested in comics and superhero movies and pull them into the fact that they want more. I may even get her into watching more other Marvel movies. I got her to watch the Thor movies because she thinks Chris Hemsworth's hot. We're gonna watch Ant-Man because she likes Paul Rudd. She watched Iron Man because of Tony Stark, fucking Robert Downey Jr. So I'm slowly converting her into my nerddom, and that's really awesome. Really awesome thing as a couple, when you can start to intertwine your fandoms and stuff like that. So that was like a really cool thing for this whole Valentine's extravaganza we had, was that we like shared a lot of things that we were both interested in, put them together. So that's really cool. Deadpool is really cool. Mockingjay Part 2 fucking sucked at the end. The rest of the movie, fucking awesome. Like everything right up to the point that her sister dies, awesome movie. Except that they should have fucking killed PETA when he turned on them. But, you know, apparently in this world, soldiers aren't soldiers. Other than that, fuck the movie. It was good up until then, and then it just got really bad. If you're like wanting to complete the series, go for it. Just go in knowing that the ending's gonna suck, and you're gonna be mad. If you disagree with me or agree with me, comment below and let me know what you thought of the movie. Let me know what you thought about the Deadpool movie. If you think anything other than it was great, you're wrong, but I'll hear you out. Or I'll at least read the comments and then post pictures of Deadpool giving you the finger. Or some other body part. But this video's already gotten longer than I intended it to be. Happy late Valentine's Day to anybody that means anything to. Go see Deadpool. Don't go see the Mockingjay. I know it's past the fucking time that it's not in theaters. It's almost out on DVD, but you know, I don't always get to see movies when they're new. Yeah. Like and subscribe the video. Tell your friends about it. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.